Have you ever sat there, fully aware of what you should be doing? You know studying will help. You know exercising will help. You know fixing your sleep, your routine, or your habits will help, and yet you don't move. Instead, you scroll, you delay, you tell yourself, I'll start later. What makes this confusing is that you actually care. So why does your brain resist the very things that could improve your life? Breaking the lazy myth. Most people blame themselves for this. They call it laziness, weak discipline, lack of motivation. But if that were true, then why do ambitious people struggle too? Why do thoughtful, intelligent, emotionally aware people still procrastinate? The truth is uncomfortable, but freeing. Avoidance is not a character flaw. It's a brain response. What your brain is actually designed for. Your brain didn't evolve to help you achieve goals. It evolved to do one thing extremely well: keep you alive with the least amount of risk and effort possible. That's it. Success, growth, confidence, meaning, those are modern ideas. To your brain, safety comes first. So whenever something feels unfamiliar, mentally demanding, emotionally uncomfortable, uncertain in outcome, your brain quietly treats it as a potential threat, even if that thing is good for you. Why good for you still feels unsafe? Here's the paradox: healthy habits usually require effort now and reward later, but your brain prefers comfort now, relief now, pleasure now. Studying promises stress before success, exercise promises discomfort before health, self-reflection promises emotional exposure before clarity. Your brain looks at this timeline and thinks, why suffer now for something uncertain later? So it pulls you away. The comfort trap, deep psychology. Avoidance doesn't just feel easier, it feels safer. Scrolling distracts you from discomfort. Procrastination removes pressure. For a moment, putting things off gives your nervous system instant relief. And relief is powerful. Your brain learns this pattern very quickly. When I avoid this task, I feel better immediately. That's how avoidance becomes a habit, not because you chose it, but because your brain reinforced it. Section 5. Why willpower alone fails. This is why forcing discipline often backfires. When you try to push too hard, your brain doesn't feel motivated. It feels threatened. And when the brain feels threatened, it activates resistance. Mental fog, sudden tiredness, overthinking, urge to escape. This isn't you being dramatic. It's your nervous system protecting itself. Section 6. The hidden fear behind avoidance. Under most avoidance lies a quieter fear, not just fear of failure, but fear of effort without certainty. What if you try and it doesn't work? What if you invest energy and nothing changes? What if you face yourself and feel disappointed? Avoidance saves you from that emotional risk. So your brain chooses comfort, not because it's best, but because it's predictable. Section 7. Why awareness changes everything. Here's the shift most people miss. Once you understand that avoidance is about safety, not laziness, you stop attacking yourself. And when self-attack stops, resistance weakens. Instead of saying, why am I like this? You start asking, what feels unsafe to my brain right now? That question alone changes your relationship with effort. This is why progress rarely feels dramatic. Your brain resists first, then tolerates, then slowly cooperates, and people often quit in the resistance phase, thinking something is wrong with them. Nothing is wrong. Your brain is just learning new definitions of safety. How the brain relearns safety. Gentle explanation. The brain doesn't change through pressure. It changes through evidence. Small, manageable actions show your brain, this wasn't dangerous. I didn't collapse under this. I can handle discomfort. Over time, your brain updates its rules. What once felt threatening becomes familiar. What once felt heavy becomes neutral. Growth happens quietly, not through force, but through trust. So if your brain avoids things that are good for you, it doesn't mean you lack ambition. It doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean you're incapable. It means your brain is protecting you, using old survival rules in a modern world. And once you understand that, you stop fighting your mind, and start growing with it. Comment, brain, subscribe and stick for the next video.